2 minutes
Yeah.
left. Enemy has the ball.
Oh my god, John, you're fucking
Got a
fast.
triple.
No way, dude.
Oh.
Please.
Oh my god!
So hi, my name is Jen. I go by QueenX3 in the gaming world, and I'll be playing in this upcoming CGL tournament. So I kind of have a standard story that a lot of girls have when it comes to how I got into gaming, but I grew up a tomboy, following in the shoes of my older brother. Whoever just said that, I love you. Please make out with me. He had started playing Halo 2 on Xbox, and I would borrow his Xbox and use it to play Halo 2 oftentimes, and then I actually got my own for Christmas the next year, got myself into Halo 2, and then primarily Halo 3 is where I started playing the most, and I've been really competing ever since then. I had played Super Smash Brothers and some other smaller Nintendo 64 games growing up that really got me into gaming in general, but I would say that Halo 2 was the first big video game that I had played, and I was immediately hooked. So I have stuck with Halo. I actually don't play any other games, so I'm a true diehard Halo fan at heart, and I've been really playing ever since then. So I would say some of my proudest accomplishments have been through a lot of the female tournaments that have taken place over the years. I have placed either first place or second place in all of the female tournaments throughout Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo 5, and Halo Infinite now. I would also say outside of female tournaments, when it comes to the major league tournaments, my first noteworthy placing was top 28 at MLG Providence in 2011. And since then, throughout Halo 3, I've had several different top 16 finishes at major events, as well as top 12 in Halo 3 at the Atlanta event and DreamHack as well. So I would say between the female tournaments that I've participated in and the major LAN events, just having some successes there over the recent years. So I really like getting this question about how females have been treated in the Halo community, because I feel like it's evolved significantly since I started playing. When I first started competing back in 2008, the scene was far less welcoming than it is today. There weren't quite as many female-ran organizations that really created a safe space for a lot of girls to compete in. So you had the PMS, which was Pandora's Mighty Soldiers back in the day, which I was a part of, and played in a lot of those community games to kind of build a network of friends to play with. But in terms of the more competitive scene, I would say that in today's world, there are a lot more opportunities for females to compete, to meet fellow competitors, and to really grow and really improve their gameplay in a safe place. So I would say the Halo community has certainly grown in terms of how they treat women in gaming since 2008 when I first started. So I would say overall, I have gotten some noteworthy placings, whether it be semi-professional placings throughout my career, but of course continuing to be able to grow as a player, to see myself improve in my own gameplay. And then I think I have the same goal as most other competitors do, which is to, go pro someday. But, I'm really looking forward to continuing to see myself grow in Halo Infinite, which is a brand new game, a brand new playing field. And so I'm excited to see both myself and other females really creating a name for themselves in this new chapter of Halo. Yeah, the thing that I'm most looking forward to being added to Halo Infinite are new maps. I think I speak for a lot of us when I say that the maps that are out there right now, some of them are okay. I have a couple favorites in mind, but I think that there's a lot of improvement for adding additional maps just to make sure that the game stays fresh, and it also helps to kind of throw a different twist on things from a competitive aspect as well. So I am very much looking forward to new maps once the Forge build comes out for Halo Infinite. This is a tricky question for me, and I feel like I'm trying to play both sides because I know that there's the Halo 3 scene and the Halo 5 scene, and usually there's someone who will try to take one side over the other. I actually have Halo 3 and Halo 5 tied, in my opinion, for my favorite Halos. Believe it or not, I know that they are two drastically different Halos, but I love kind of that more nostalgic feeling that Halo 3 brings to me, and the BR starting weapon, of course, is very much hits home for me. That's what I grew up competing with. But then the Halo 5 aspect, I also feel like is one of the best Halos because it has advanced movement and a lot of other competitive features that I feel like add an additional skill gap to the game. So believe it or not, I am someone who enjoys both Halo 3 and Halo 5. It's almost kind of like a nice blend between Halo 3 and Halo 5 features. That's probably why I enjoy playing Halo Infinite, but I feel like with the BR starting weapon, it kind of has a more of a Halo 3 or Halo Reach even feel to it. But then when you add in, how fast-paced the game can get at points, especially with sprinting and sliding and using all of the different advanced movement mechanics, I feel like it's actually a nice blend between Halo 3 and Halo 5. I would say Cortana, just because I feel like Cortana has always been a really big name and face in Halo, and it is also inspiring for other females as well. So besides the fact that she's just so cool, I think it's also a good thing for females to be able to see a female character as such a big face and name in a campaign for a Halo franchise game. So Cortana for me. I think that when I had answered this question for the form to fill out, that I had actually answered Sniper. It's probably tied between Sniper and BR. There aren't a whole lot of maps in this game that have a Sniper, so I do like when I can get my hands on a Sniper, don't get me wrong, but I really do like the BR starting weapon. I know that some people are against it or wish that it was a pistol to kind of emulate more of Halo 5, but the BR really is nostalgic for me since I grew up playing Halo 2 and Halo 3, so I actually love the BR starting weapon, so I am plain and simple. Give me a BR and I'll be happy with that. I don't need power weapons or anything like that. I just really, really like the BR. So this is going to be a very unconventional answer. I don't think you will hear this answer no matter how many times you ask it. But for me, when I think back to the most jaw-dropping or historic moment in esports, it has to be the Sudeth twins beating a pro team. This was at a Gamers for Giving event in Halo 2 Anniversary. I remember the entire venue was crowded around this super small station. It wasn't even a main stage, it was a side station at a smaller LAN event. And I remember just the hype behind an amateur team, especially one with the Sudeth twins who had a bit of a poorer reputation at that point. But I remember everyone had crowded around this smaller station and watched this amateur team upset what was, I believe, the third seeded team for all of the Halo events at that point. And it was just really exciting and jaw-dropping, and we were all just so astonished at what we were watching. So that was probably for me the biggest esports moment that I will truthfully never forget. So I would say two of the people that I've looked up to the most of all time in my competitive career was starting out. When I started competing, I was only 15 years old, so I was very naive. I was walking into something that I had no idea what I was doing, no idea what it meant to compete at a top level. And I remember watching two of the Halo female pros at that time. Their names were Xena and Smiley, and they played Halo 2 professionally. And I just remember looking up to them and thinking, I really want to be that person someday. And they kind of paved the way in proving that it is possible for females to play at that level. So those were two of my first role models ever in competitive Halo. I have a corny answer. Do you want a corny answer? Well, I say I think that one of the current players that I look up to the most right now is my boyfriend, who's actually sitting next to me and is probably going to start shaking his head at me any moment. But him playing this game and Halo 5 both at a professional level, just seeing the time and dedication that he puts into this game and how hard his team works, it's definitely very inspiring for those of us who are competing at an amateur level, just to kind of see what it takes to really move your gameplay to the next level. So, bit of a corny answer there, but it's true. I definitely very much aspire to be similar to him in Halo. Yeah, one thing that I would really love to see happen in 2022 would be to have a female league again. This was done towards the beginning of Halo 5, where the Female Pro League actually had a series of different events that led up to a bigger finale, where there was a grand finals tournament of some of the top female teams. So I would definitely like to see a league very similar to that. I think that these individual tournaments are great and very much appreciated, but I think just to kind of build the excitement around it and create a longer term strategy for getting females involved in a league would definitely be really exciting for all of us. That's when they're beating on me. Wait. I love you. Whoever just said that, I love you. Please make out with me. I'm running at P1. Our base.
Deliver the flag. Our flag's been taken. Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
Can someone get that, Ree?
I'm trying. Oh shit, I'm
Grab the
going.
flag. Our flag's been taken.
One shot, nice.
I'm going for it.
Our flag's back
Good.
in.
I'm looking
Nah,
flag.
you're
Backstage.
Yeah, I'm gonna get away with their sight, maybe.
Finally found one. Lethal over cannon, but... Oh! My god!
Overkill's cannon side. I didn't hit him all either.
Oh! I suck so... Reset.
Yeah, Nick's
I got you, I got you.
Outside, outside.
Two blue on me.
I can help you.
Nice, yeah.
One shot.
It's my over, it's my over.
Nice.
One shot.
Nice.
There you go. Alright, they're gonna spawn red platter tower.
Tower, because I'm nading.
Left one shot. And on top wall. Blue door still. Dead. Left it. Let me get the kill. Oh my god.
Extermination. Ball taken. Ball dropped. Ball taken. Ball dropped. Killing spree.
I'm at one shot, Madman. Oh my god, one shot, gonna snipe lift. Not yet, he's...
Nice center BR, top rockets. Two of them. Our elbow. That's nice, Jen. That's your elbow. I'm dead. Two are elbow, one shot. I'm here. One shot. You're good. Take your time, man. Let's get her
Left
elbow.
there, basement.
Got me with the nade.
Got the over.
Nice. There's a window. Just hold their elbow, Jim. Do not push in.
There you go.
Listen, can someone please grab the fucking rocket launcher before I'm spawning.
Their elbow pocket.
Sniper ramp off. Nice. No one.
Red bridge. I killed one.
Good job.
Yo,
Chasing.
front blue.
Yo, front blue. I have shots.
Fucking idiot, dude. He's so bad.
I'm in. Blue, front blue. One shot front blue. Dead.
Playing for over from Q1.
I hit that.
Yeah, one shot bottom in.
My over.
Too weak. There you go.
Dude, Jen needs help.
There's three on me.
2 minutes
Yeah.
left. Enemy has the ball.
Kill two.
Oh my god, Jen, you're fucking
Got a
fast.
triple.
No way, dude.
Oh.
Please.
Oh my fucking god! Holy shit!
You're
Oh my
fucking
god!
amazing. You're
I can run it.
Three dead.
Four down.
V1 Nova.
Weak. Nova going our Eli. 1T1 weak to Donald.
I'm car.
Releasable, our Eli dead.
Alright, that guy there gets their car.
Down.
Street, let me get the over.
Honestly, I'm going.
Oh my fucking god, dude, that was disgusting.
Let's fucking go.